TUNA Talk, episode 8. Coach Sadie here. And like I tell you guys, we don't do tuna because we like it. We do it because it's good for us, all right? So unfortunately, it's been a crazy week, all right? It's been real crazy. A lot of things been happening, and I did not make my tuna, but I always have my $2 snack packs. They're really easy, and we can still get our protein in for today. Now, this isn't going to be my normal 40, but it's 19 grams of protein in here. So let's crack this bad boy open. The tuna we got today, so we're going to break this up. We're going to try this out now. I've been eating I haven't had tuna like this in a minute because I've been making the tuna at home. But when you're doing this one, you just empty the tuna out. It's not the most presentable looking tuna. See me, I gotta make sure I get all of it out. When I use the tuna packets, that means I'm rushing. That means I didn't have time to prepare, but I'm still gonna get in I'm gonna still feed myself a little bit good. Now, I don't use the whole mayonnaise at all. I never use the whole mayonnaise when I do it. Only when I have 2 cans do I use more. So we're gonna just put a little bloop. And that's what I mean by just a little bit. Just a little toot of it right there. And then I'm gonna add the relish. I don't know why I'm standing. Add the relish right in here, and then we're going to mix that bad boy up. Mix it up. Now, the topic of today is training with grief and depression. And how do we get through it? And as a trainer, as a person who's been through it and a person who has helped clients get through it, it's not an easy task. And this is during the times where a lot of training would make or break people in their fitness journey. So grief, in my opinion, if I had to describe grief is like you got a free ticket to what it feels like to be bipolar. I'm not saying you're bipolar, but you could literally walk one day and you'd be feeling fine. And then the next day it's like, oh no, or the next hour or the next minute. You never know when grief's going to hit you. Grief, you could be grieving something that happened 5-10 years ago. You could be grieving something that happened yesterday. But the pain and the new life that you have to make for yourself doesn't just happen overnight, all right? So, I miss my other tuna. This is what it looks like. It's just regular. But yeah, so how do we train with that? Because our body goes through different things when we have grief. Our body's not recovering good. Our body's not eating good. Not to scarf this down. So that's my biggest thing. And this episode 8 topic, it took me so long to figure out the topic about what I wanted to do, what I wanted to talk about, because there's so many things that I could talk about. But I wanted to talk about something that I felt was beyond just, do a couple sets, do reps like this, write your program, your BMR. Because this part of the fitness journey or your weight loss journey is where you might make it or break it. As a trainer, you gave me a goal that you wanted to accomplish. And that's what I'm focused on. That's what I'm writing programs for you on. Now, life gave you a speed bump, a stumbling block. Now, as my job as a trainer, it's my job to help you get over that stumbling block, help you pick yourself up from that stumbling block, because sometimes they're really hard and they might knock you down. But how you get back up tells me the type of willpower and determination that you have. So I remember my mom used to take me and my brother to Atlanta to go see the Mega Fest. I had family that stayed out there. And this preacher, I want to say it was Donnie McClurkin. He started off his sermon. He said, this message is not for the unsaved. This message for the saved folks, because the devil can't get us with fornication. The devil can't get us with drugs. The devil can't get us with stealing. He has to find new ways to do it. So I'm not saying that far, that this isn't for someone who isn't on a fitness journey, but this is for someone who is on a fitness journey and maybe having moments of grief, maybe having moments of depression, or even if you're thinking about starting a fitness journey and you was thinking about starting and then boom, depression hit you. A lot of people have seasonal depression, which is fine. I found myself caught up in seasonal depression. With the time changing and everything. So everybody has a different There's a mindset when it comes to it. So we're gonna dive into that. And what would I do? What would I do? And what would I recommend as a way to deal with that? Deal with grief, deal with depression. Because it ain't no joke. All right, we're gonna take a trip to the whiteboard. All right, so here we go. Training when you're grieving or depressed. What do we do? Now, I'm no therapist, but as a trainer, my clients do confide in me. And there's times where I've sat on the gym floor and shared moments with my clients where tears were coming out, or shared moments with my clients where they would have never got out of bed that day if I didn't call them and be like, hey, come to the gym. So there's a process as a trainer that I think about that I want to share with everybody if they're going through any grieving or depression and they're training or want to start training. How can they do that? Now, we got to look at the body and figure out what happened. So one thing that really mostly happens is your appetite changes. So we got appetite change. So when your appetite changes, what could really happen is depending on where you are in your fitness journey. So if you're a person who's trying to gain weight, then you're probably not eating. If you're a person who's trying to lose weight, you're probably eating too much. You're probably eating way too much at that point in time. Now, our thing is, what is going to be the solution to that? Because if we're training and we're trying to be, calorie deficit, or we're trying to manage our fitness journey, what are we going to do? So one thing that I recommend for people is going to be drink your calories. All right. So drinking your calories can mean meal replacement. Drinking your calories could be protein shakes. Drinking your calories could be making sure that you put the electrolytes, the hydration water, into your water bottle. Now, for people who don't eat, that's going to be a really easy thing for them to do. Now, where it comes into play, where it's hard, is when you overeat, when you're grieving or depressed. So it doesn't matter if you drink or do this or that right there, you're going to want to feel the need to overeat. So I suggest to eat filling foods. Experiment with seasonings when it comes to your vegetables. Make them things pop. We have a lot of things that we can do. You can dehydrate fruit and make it into little chips. You can do carrots as chips. You want to just try to stay away from the junk food and the alcohol. So still drink your calories. However, another thing you can do is to eat more veggies, seasoned. Because a lot of times when you're trying to lose weight and you lost your appetite and you're craving something, you're craving things that aren't good for you. You're craving the Debbie cakes, you're craving the sweet. So try new things that you know is good for you. And make sure that you're not overeating. So that's going to be a hard thing for my overeaters when they're grieving. But if you're not eating enough, please just drink your calories. So that way your metabolism won't slow down. All right. So the next problem that you have is going to be sleeping. Your sleep is affected. So now you're not sleeping good at night. Now you're waking up in the middle of the night, you're tossing and turning. And what does that affect? That affects your recovery, muscle growth. Even if you are training. So a lot of times when people are grieving or depressed, they might really lock in and do 7 days a week in the gym, but you're not sleeping. So you're not building your more muscle and you're actually putting yourself in a situation where you can hurt yourself. So what I suggest to that is to change your workout times. Change workout times. So a lot of times when people are grieving, sad, or depressed, they cannot sleep well. They cannot sleep past. They'll go to sleep maybe for an hour or two and wake back up. So let's flip that around. So say you work out early in the morning. This is a quick example. You work out, you've been working out before you go to work, 6, 7, 8 a.m. before you go to work. And you've been doing it, something happens and now you're grieving and now you're up all night, you're still doing that. Now, what I would suggest, instead of being up all night, drinking and sadness, being depressed, let's switch our workout times to where now when you get off work, come to the gym. And then, so you might still stay up late at night, but you have more time and you're subjected to more sleep. Because a lot of times you'll probably eventually fall asleep at like 2, 3 in the morning. And then if you have to be to work at 9, instead of rushing to get to the gym at 6, 7 in the morning, you got those extra hours of sleep. Because again, it is only temporary. It is temporary what we're feeling. It'll always be with us if we're grieving. However, we will be able to create a new normal, create a new way of living, because not because we want to, but because we have to. All right. So that would be my solution for that, because we need our sleep to recover. And that's going to be very important. Now, emotional challenges, emotions. That's going to be very hard as well. Now, like I said, I'm not a therapist, so that's not something that I specialize. The feelings can be very intense. They can be up and down. They can be high and low. So what does that do to our body? When our emotions highlight that, we make bad choices. So when we make bad choices, we're not eating right, we're not sleeping right, because we're emotional, which is given. Nobody, like, I don't think you should take your emotions away from it. But what I do think that you should do for this right here is, it's going to be literally, this one's over here though. It's going to be talk to someone. That's A. Workout buddy. And if you don't have any of those, process when you lift. And what do I mean by process? Cry. I have cried when I've worked out. I've cried. I've been on the bench press, laying down, pushing weight, and broke down in tears. And nobody in the gym would know, because everybody in the gym pretty much mind their business. But the release I feel from getting those tears out and doing something good helps me process my pain a little bit better. Express your feelings, because you're not wrong about your feelings. Even when sometimes I don't agree with my clients in their decision making, nobody's wrong about how they feel. If you feel sad that day, or you feel all hope is gone that day, and you come into the gym and you cry on the gym floor and are in the bathroom, and you come back out here and you deadlift 225, man, it feels so good. You overcame a moment. You got to take it you got to take it minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day. So process your emotions, talk to somebody, get a workout buddy, and process why you live. Listen to music that's encouraging. Listen to things that aren't going to damage your soul. So that would be my biggest thing when dealing with your emotions. And last but not least, headache and fatigue. So why do we have headache and fatigue? Because our emotions are high, and and our appetite has changed. We're not sleeping well. We're making bad decisions emotionally. So our headache and fatigue is honestly a result of all of these. So with that being said, if we have headache and fatigue, then we're not going to work out. Not working out. We're going to slow our metabolism down, our BMR down. I'm just going to put that. We're going to slow our BMR down. And when you're on a fitness journey or a weight loss journey, it's not about how much you do, how often you do. It's about how consistent you are. Most trainers, it's all about consistency. So the headache and fatigue, it may come. You cried for 30 minutes straight, like you just couldn't stop crying, like the tears were just falling from your face. You're going to have a headache. You might go to sleep, but you might only sleep for 30, 45 minutes. So what are we going to do about that? So when we have issues, dealing with our headache and fatigue, like I said, you want to drink your calories, of course, and you want to make sure that you create time for yourself. Time for yourself. You are overstimulated. We all get overstimulated. And you need to understand the love that you have for yourself to even think to start a fitness journey. There's a lot of people who live to 60 years old and never worked out. It's the craziest thing to me. But time for yourself. It's important that you do that. That if you find your happy place, me personally, I love going to the river walk. I love going to the marsh. I'm not really big on the beaches, but bodies of water like rivers and lakes, I do enjoy those. And they help me calm down. They help me get myself together. And another thing you want to do is you do want to do some hit day exercises. All right. So if you've been doing a lot of strength, doing a high intensity interval training class, That's going to be really good for you. That's going to help you out right there. So let's do a review real quick. So while we're training, when we're grieving or depressed, what happens is our appetite changes. We either eat too much or eat too less. So I suggest that you drink your calories, eat more veggies, and season them to help with those cravings in your taste buds. All right. Next thing is our sleeping habits are terrible. We're waking up in the middle of the night. We're having dreams. We're crying. We're having dreams where we're sweating. And we're not processing things correctly. So we can't recover and our muscles aren't growing on top of us not eating correctly. So I suggest changing the workout time. If you used to work out early in the morning, work out in the evenings. And it's not going to last. It's not something you have to do forever. You can do it for about 3 weeks and see if you can get back to your regular routine. Next thing, emotions, making bad choices. Like I said, I'm not a therapist, but talk to somebody, get a workout buddy. The best way I do it is process as I lift. If I have to cry while I'm benching 135, I'm going to cry and I'm going to get this 135 off my chest. All right. Last thing, headache and fatigue. And the reason a lot of that is because we're not eating, we're not sleeping, and we're making bad choices. So what would I do? I would say create time for yourself. If you do a hit day exercise, doing hit day is going to hopefully put yourself in a place where you burn so much calories that you're going to want to eat, and it's going to help you get your appetite back. So that's the hopes with that. Alrighty. So if you are grieving, if you are sad, talk to somebody at the end of the day. Don't stop your fitness journey just because a stumbling block came in front of you. Grieving is something that never ends. I've had family members pass and I think about them constantly. And does it get easier? I would say yes. Does it ever go away? Does it ever get so easy that you don't think about it no more? Not a day in my life. Not a day in my life do I not think about my family. So I feel as if creating this new normal takes time and it takes a process. So just know that you're not alone out there with that, and that grieving and being depressed is not something that should stop you from continuing your fitness journey. It's just a stumbling block that you have to maneuver differently with. All right. All right. That was a deep topic, you guys. Because grief and depression isn't something to play with. Just keep pushing through the grieving process. Keep pushing through the depression. It is not ever going to be easy. It's never going to be easy. But if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. So, all right, you guys. In other news, my Green Bay Packers are about to, they're making me feel depressed. But all jokes aside, no, we're losing terribly. And we're not losing in the game terribly, we're losing games terribly. So to lose to the Browns, the Panthers, and the Eagles, and both teams not score over 17 points. That is crazy. Hey, our defense is impeccable. Our defense is literally keeping us alive. Our defense cannot get fumbles, cannot get 3 and outs, cannot get fourth down, stop the ball, turnovers. Our defense can't keep getting that, and our offense not capitalize on the situation. It really bothers me. It really is about to spit. It really is bothering me. The offense. We had Golden out with the Eagles game. We had who else was out? Dobbs got hurt in the middle of the game. Kraft, oh my goodness, our tight end is out for the season. And because I feel like we should have went for that Hail Mary instead of a kick. Because come on, man. Hail Mary. Aaron Rodgers done it. He's did it. Love's gonna have to get with the program. But yeah, you guys. So this is the end TUNA Talk episode 8. Remember, we got a new time Wednesday, 6 p.m. And we don't do tuna because we like it. We do it because it's good for us. All right. So it's time to go work out. I'll see y'all next week, Wednesday, 6 p.m.